Sana helva, ya Yamil, sana helva, ya Yamil, sana helva, sana helva, sana helva, ya Yamil. This is the song in Arabic for saying happy birthday. And I remember that because, I don't know, it's been many years since I had an feliz cumpleaños a ti, feliz cumpleaños a ti, feliz cumpleaños, querido. Fill in the blank. Feliz cumpleaños a ti. And that's the song in Spanish also. But actually, that's not sung in all places of Spanish-speaking countries because, for example, in Mexico they sing Las Mañanitas, which I don't actually know. I think I've heard it sometime, but I don't know how the song goes. But I might link it up later. And well, in English, I will not sing because if you are listening to this in English, you already know. So it's always the same melody with different lyrics in each language.
Welcome to Ulua. You live, you work, you art.
Hello, everyone. Here, Caro from Ulua, and today, I mean, actually, the day this is aired or this is live, it will be my birthday. I'm recording before, so I wanted to have a chat and something a little bit more casual than regularly this podcast would be, and I wanted to talk about some news too for the channel and the things I was thinking to do, and maybe you have already seen that I have started with interviews, that kind of thing. So I will be talking a little bit about all this, and meanwhile also about other, I don't know, the traditions we have here in Argentina and maybe some other countries I've been to for birthdays and that kind of thing. And so I will start with the birthdays. And I was just remembering about how to sing happy birthday in Arabic, and it's the Sana Helwa, because I haven't done it in so many years. And here in Argentina, for example, we have different things to do when regarding birthdays, parties, and that kind of thing. When I went to school, for example, we have something that your colleagues from school may give to you, which is the tirones de oreja. It's the tradition that when you are the birthday person, they will pull your ears until they hurt, and the more ears you have, the worse, because it will be more pullings. And what else is that we do? Here, for example, we have, when it's your birthday, you receive presents from all your coworkers, your partners, your colleagues at school. Anyone is bringing you the presents. But for example, in Mexico and in Indonesia too, you are the one giving presents. And that's kind of different than from here. I don't know what's in your country, so if you want to comment, how do you have your parties and how do you celebrate and what are the traditions in your country? It would be nice to know. And what else did I remember? But anyways, even though you are supposed to be the one receiving the gifts, sometimes what we do is, for example, if I'm at an office or at school, I will bring a cake for everyone to enjoy with me, and we will sing this song for the birthday. And also, another tradition is blowing the candle and asking for a wish, or sometimes 3 wishes. It depends. So that's something that we usually do when we are the ones bringing the cake into the office. It depends. In some offices, for example, offices or school, they are the ones providing the cake, or sometimes you have to provide the cake. It depends. And there are also, of course, personal preferences. For example, when it's my birthday, or if I can, if I don't know, if I, at the moment, I am having a good, I would say, income or something like that, I would invite my friends and coworkers to for a party, and I will be the one paying for the party. That kind of thing also happens, or going to a pub or a bar and having some drinks. Um, or if we are not that well, because Argentinian economy, sometimes we just meet at a pub and everyone pays for their own thing, but we have a shared meal or share experience together. We have a chat and that kind of thing. And sometimes, if when I was, for example, a teenager, that I didn't have that much money to have a party, we went to a park and then had mate and had some cookies and that kind of thing, and that was part of the celebration. Maybe playing football or playing something else that we could decide at the moment, or just chatting with friends and that kind of thing. Oh, and I remember I have this like a traumatic experience because when I was in Indonesia, I was dying to have something sweet. And people in Indonesia, they have just mostly spicy things. They don't have sweet. They might say that they have sweet things, but they are not as sweet as here. For example, in Argentina, that we have dulce de leche, which is amazing and I love it. It's and also we have there they have chocolate, but I don't know if they are that much of chocolate eaters. And I did struggle finding sugary things or cakes or that kind of thing there. And so when it was my birthday there, I just had dinner with some friends. Actually, I will say hi with Vipin, Deepak, Alok, and Roberto, who were my friends, and we had dinner at a restaurant there. And they don't, because they are Muslims, the most of the population, they don't have that much of alcohol, and maybe the beverages are like diluted. The alcohol is not that strong. I'm not. I don't take alcohol regularly, but sometimes in the case of celebrations and that, maybe I have a cocktail or something like that. But in that case, I remember we tried to, and they were completely diluted, so they were like nothing. And the same happened to us when we were in Utah, because I think the laws there, I don't know if they prohibit alcohol, but they are like reduced also. So the beverages are practically water. Um, but yeah, I'm going off topic again. And so I didn't have, I did have a cake that the guys provided, and it was actually really good and it was sweet. Um, and it was really nice of them. So thank you guys. I remember that. But then I remember other experience when I was in Lombok. I think I was in yes, I was in Lombok, and it was a party of the girl that was hosting us, and it was her birthday party, so I was invited and I went, and I was so excited because I said, at last I am going to have cake. And though I wasn't really tired of rice, because in Indonesia and most of those countries, rice is like their daily meal. Um, well, I was hoping to have a proper cake, proper cake according to my standards. And then they appeared with a huge cake, and I was so excited. And I saw that, wow, my God, I'm going to have cake. And then they opened it, and they have a rice cake. I will put a picture here, like some kind of that cake, because I had it, and I don't know where it is, the picture now. So I have another one that's as a replacement, but the cake was exactly the same. It was like a huge castle made of rice, and so yeah, I had some kind of decision there because I was hoping to eat some chocolate or something like that, and it was really funny. And I said, "Wow, even the cakes are made of rice here." um, And yeah, actually, I wasn't, as I said, completely tired of rice. But when I did arrive from Indonesia and I came back to Argentina, I didn't eat any rice for 1 year. So I think I had enough there for some time. And yeah, so there are different ways of celebrating around the world. And I also know that in Mexico they have the piñatas, which are those like made of paper mache, I think. They are like in the form of, in the shape of donkeys and pigs and that kind of thing, and they have to uh, beat it up until it drops all its contents, which is generally mostly candy and that kind of thing. So yeah, I think we as Latin Americans are more fond of sweets than maybe Southeast Asia. And well, just saying that, I remember now that I had a colleague that went regularly to the Philippines because he had his sister there, and he would always come back with candies from the Philippines, and they were actually super sweet, and I really liked them. And Indonesian people didn't eat them, so I was desperate for them. Every time he went there, I was like super happy and getting all those sweets just for myself. Well, anyway, so I hope that in my birthday right now I will be eating some sweet things. Not that much because I'm getting older, so I cannot eat that much as before. But talking about that, I'm turning 47. Um, and yes, uh, it came to mind a song from a comedian here in Argentina that he says 1 year closer to death. Yeah, it's funny. Um, and yeah, so this will be just a little chat, nothing super complicated or for you to think because I've had a rough week. This last one was kind of with the days to not see anything. I don't remember how did I talk about that song that I always sing about. So there were complicated days, but now I think I'll be alright to start my year finally. Because I've always had that sensation. I know that nowadays when people even say give your salutations for the happy birthday and that kind of thing, they say welcome to your new solar year. But this is something I've been feeling like forever. That my birthday is the start of the year. So yeah, I'm starting a new year now. And let's hope for the best. So yes, I was born during the dictatorship here in Argentina, and the 2nd of April started to be considered a holiday. I think it was the first one in 1983 with the forthcoming of the new Democrat government. But there were some years, I don't know if it were from 80s and 90s. I don't quite remember the years, but it was like 4 or 5 years that this same holiday was taken out of the calendar, and then came again new government and reinstated the date as a commemoration of the war, the Falklands Island War. And so most of my life I have had this date as a holiday too, so which is nice because I can take the day off. And I wanted to tell you about the news for the channel. I guess if you are subscribed, you may have noticed, and also if you had the bell on, you may have noticed that I uploaded it was not an interview, but more of a conversation that I had with a friend. She's Arda Ghazali, and she's she's many things, just like me, and she's also an artist. And she told us about her experiences, sorry, in India as a belly dancer at weddings and other celebrations in India, and doing so many things there, and also understanding the culture in India. And she told us some experiences, and we had some fun with that. So if you want, you can go and check out the channel. There's a new playlist called Guess Who, where all the interviews, again, more of chats with friends, will be there. And I'm planning to have some other more guests. So, because I think there are so many interesting people in the world that we sometimes don't know about their lives, and I think it's good just share what's going on in different parts of the world, and about their experiences and the things they can teach us from their point of view. So yeah, I have some other plans, but they are not done yet. So if you are subscribed to the channel, it will be easier for you to know when they are up. Or you can go to the playlist that says Guess Who and check that out. And another thing I was considering is, because I have started rereading this book. I don't know if you can see it. Anyway, I will leave a pic of it. It's called The Road Less Traveled by Scott Peck. And I found this book in Malaysia. It was in Kuala Lumpur. I was waiting for my plane, and I don't know, I always go for the bookstores, and I found this book and I read about. I didn't like the spiritual part because even though I was in Asia, and you're supposed, I guess I was like kind of a bit contrarian about spirituality there, because, well, maybe you can understand something something of my experience regarding that. I will be talking more later about this. But in general, what happened was that I was going to Indonesia to work, and also to know the place and travel and that kind of thing. And everyone that was here, other artists especially, say, oh, you will meet so many spiritual people and so many things regarding spirituality and that kind of thing. And I do believe that you don't have to go to the other side of the world to be a spiritual person. And being in those so-called quote unquote spiritual places, I realized that there's no such thing as just being plainly spiritual. That is, everything goes together, and that is why I also started this channel with this idea of we could be artists and also professionals and also spiritual and non-spiritual and whatever you want to be, just a whole person. You are not only spiritual and have this happy face all the time, and you can get angry because that's human nature, right? So I think spirituality is being angry, being sad, being everything. So I had this kind of mess in my head at the time. And when I saw this book, it talks about psychology and also spirituality. And I remember I looked at the book and I just left in the shelf again. And then I saw it again. I was coming and going and seeing it. And I don't know if I really want this book. Okay, I will. I just have found this book, and something is telling me buy it. And then I reread it, and I saw the index of the book, and I really liked the index. I was not so sure about the spiritual part again because it talks about religion and God, and I was like at the time not happy with those topics. And but I did buy it anyway, and it has been the best book I have ever written. If you told me what's the book that you need to for all humanity to to be saved, and I wouldn't even notice the Bible or any religious book, but I would say you have to keep this because it's about life and it's about love and it's about our beliefs, I will say. Maybe, yes, you can call it spirituality, God, whatever. I just interpret it as, I don't know, some others say the universe. And I started rereading this, and I will also make like because it's super rich. It's not for just one day. It's incredible what it talks about. How it's about. If I had to say it in one phrase, I would say how to be a better person. That's this book what it is about, and I found it's so much richer than it's impossible to do it just in 1 hour or less. So now that I have started reading it, I might do some little or short review for every chapter that it has, because it talks again about discipline, love, religion, and that kind of thing. And it has like mini chapters inside, so I might do some review, much more specific, saying about some concepts and things that I have found that have helped me also in my daily life with myself, understanding myself, how to be more disciplined, how to stick with the things that I really want, not trust just passion, because I'm generally I would like something and I would go all on all my bet on it and maybe get a burnout. But on the other hand, just go slowly and consistently with things, and it also helped me with my relationships, with friends, with family, with my partner, with everything. I don't know, at least the way I interpreted it. I don't know, something clicked inside of me by reading this book. So if you have the possibility, go find it because it's amazing. Oh, it's in reverse here. Okay, I will leave a picture. And yeah, I will be sharing that because I think that by sharing this book is sharing wisdom, and I think it's super necessary for our days. So I will do that. And what else? I will continue. Another thing, it was about this podcast. I thought, well, a little matter before. When I started this podcast, remember it was the first episode was more like a catharsis about 2024, and it actually started this year. This the 31st, I think it started, or the first one. I don't remember, but well, when I started the podcast, I thought I will start. I don't know if I can continue more. I was committed just to 10 episodes in my mind because at the time I was having so much pain still, and I was in too much pain, and I thought maybe I won't be able to continue doing this. But well, here I am. I actually thought that maybe this episode that I'm recording right now for this Wednesday, I wouldn't be able to do it because I was not feeling great last week. But anyways, here I am with some news and everything. So if someday I cannot be present, I cannot record for Thursday, I will leave it as the last resource, of course, because I am committed to this, and I want to really do it, and I want to really keep on doing this on a weekly basis. But if I can't, know that maybe I will come back next Wednesday. So it's not that I haven't gone away, because I really want to keep on doing this. And when I saw that I could do 10 episodes, I say, okay, there are 42 more to go because, there are approximately. Oops, I stopped recording accidentally because I did on my keyboard. Sorry, I'm back here. So yeah, when I saw that I did 10 episodes, I say, okay, there are 42 more to go, and I think I can do that because there are roughly approximately 52 weeks during a year, and I think I can do it. Let's hope for it. Fingers crossed here. So if you liked the other ones, the other episodes that I have done, I hope there has been some progress in the way this is being done, and I hope I'm making myself clear. If not, I will still try to do my best, and I guess I'm a little bit better every episode, but I don't know. That's my judgment. Maybe yours is different. And yeah, that's it. So I have a lot of things planned because I really want to do them. Like, for example, reading this book, which I think it's super valuable for everyone. If you want to be a better person, this is the book to go to. And well, at least from my perspective, right? Maybe then you read it and say it's nonsense. But I don't think, I don't know. Let's try it. Yeah, it has helped me greatly. and I wanted to reread it after 5 years more, I think. And I also found here, well, I leave it for the chapters, and I think I found here in this book. Anyways, so yeah, this is all for now, I guess. I don't have too much to say, but I just wanted to keep in touch with you and you to know that I have not gone yet, at least. I'm still here. I still have things planned for this channel. And again, this is something that I do for me. So if nobody really watches it, doesn't matter, because I know the people that needs to listen to it will be here. So I have no problem with that. But at the same time, I hope you like it, and I hope that you can get something out of it, out of my rambling and my wittering. And yeah, just tell me what you think. And another thing is that I'm doing some things on the side. So if I find that something that could be useful for you and it's shareable enough, I could say, I will be doing that, and I will be leaving it in the extra playlist. There's another playlist also. I'm just trying things that I like there. Maybe you like them, maybe you don't. Um, yeah, yeah. Those are things that are helping me also improve. So thank you for being here, and thank you for commenting, and thank you for sharing your opinions, and thank you for just being here. So have fun and see you next week. Bye bye.
Stay tuned for Ulua's next episode.
Cante todo el mundo. Yeah. Uh, uh, uh.